what it says. Welcome again to the last lecture that you are going to be getting this semester from me. It's been a good long time. Usually these online courses are only about 8 weeks long. I have one coming up in July that's 5 weeks long. So we've had to kind of stretch some things out a little bit, but you're pretty well right with the face-to-face class. You don't get to see me twice a week like they do. And there are other things that we do because we are face to face that you all couldn't. A lot of that's because of interaction and the asynchronous way that we are putting this out. We put this out, and then you can access it at your leisure. But right now, the time frames are still the same. All of my face-to-face courses are done with everything, including the first persuasive speech by now. And if they haven't, then they're pretty well out of luck on that. And the assignments the same way. So you've got some assignments to do other than just your group speech that you're going to be doing. So first, let's go over the assignments that I have you set up for. And let me share the screen so that you can get an idea of what we're going to be talking about. Okay, so here we are. This is your last module, group persuasive speech. You should have all watched the first lecture, the second lecture. This one is going to be this lecture here. I made uh, the assignment, but I haven't posted it yet because we're recording it, but it will be posted. You should be getting this sometime around midnight tonight. This is Monday night, the 21st. So you'll be able to access it late tonight, uh, definitely early Tuesday. So I'm not going to tell you anything I haven't already told you, and I hope you've kept up with all my emails, my messages, etc., and also kept up with the things that I want you to do. The first thing I want you to do is this assignment, and this will give you an idea of how uh, these presentations go. What you see here is Steve Jobs, the late CEO of Apple Corporation, the Apple iPhones, iMacs. Uh, I have a Mac Studio here. I've got an iPad Pro. So you'll get to see him as he is trying to basically sell this device to developers. They all want it anyway, but he's going to hype it up and everything, and you'll see what he wants everyone to do with that, and that's to accept that. What you'll be doing on your last assignment here is you're going to be selling a product which we've already set up. I will go through that here in a minute, that assignment, and you're going to be selling it to someone who is a department head. So you're going to play like you're talking to a department head who you want to buy your product. You want them to buy your product now, and you want them to sign the contract on the dotted line. So that's what we're looking at for the first assignment. But watch this. It's very informative. Lets you know how professionals do this when they're trying to sell things. Okay, so groups, projects, and roles. We'll go over that. We have here, and you can see your name here. Hopefully I didn't forget anybody. This was kind of all of the folks that had finished up the first persuasive speech and all the assignments that went with that. I wanted to make sure you knew exactly about persuasion and how to do that, and how to make a call to action, how to give specific calls to action, how to give a counterpoint. You need to give counterpoints to the other side, the people that disagree with you, but don't give them too much. Then you come back with your strongest point, why they should agree with you, and do the things that you want them to do in the call to action. So we've got, once again, I have everybody set up. Some people are doing 2 roles. That's fine. I was asked a question about how many slides you should have. if you have two roles? Well, just one slide, because that's all I really require of you is one slide. You can use different effects. You can use animations to go from one to the other, but the big thing is just to keep it simple. You can combine things like an opener historian. You can talk about, uh, let's say Houston Solar. Houston Solar was founded in 1936 by the Houston brothers, and they were putting up signs, et cetera, and they had great success with that. They're reliable individuals. So that kind of gets things going, and then you start introducing vocally with what you need because you want them to buy your solar panels. So the slide, remember, is just a support for you. It isn't your speech. It doesn't do anything other than support what you're saying. And you can say things that aren't on the screen, but make sure that the main points are behind you. And you can do that very simply. Okay. So just make it, you've got 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, make it count, and make sure that everyone understands as simply as possible what you are going to be doing. All right, the different roles, as you can see: historian, opener, technical, financial, public relations, the closer, and then the application of the product to the client's needs. Pretty straightforward, and here's all the explanations of that. The only thing I wanted to do with this assignment is to the date you viewed the assignment. That's really all I wanted. So make sure that you get this submitted as well. All right, so now let's take a look at the websites. This one is something that you need to refer back to when you're doing your speech and where you're getting your references. So these are the different websites of your products. Okay, now what I want for this assignment, the individual outline upload, I want you to take your slide and your role, just that, and I want you to outline it so that you can explain what you do, what you are trying to sell, and the roles that you are doing. If you're talking about the technical aspects of it, talk about the technical aspects of it. If you're talking about public relations, then talk about the public relations. But you're still all wanting them to sign on the dotted line. You want them to buy your product. And so these are just things that you're giving them, just a portion of it. But even that in itself should make them want to buy your product. That's the attitude you're going to have. Okay, and of course it says here, upload your slide, got your thesis, and hang on a second. Upload your this is the outline portion of it below. The slides in the next one. Sorry, don't get confused. This is where your outline goes. So just read this, follow along with it, and make your outline look like the instructions here say, and then you can upload that, either a Word or a Pages document. All right, either Word or Pages document. Okay, so that should be pretty clear there. Your slide upload, sorry, I jumped the gun on that, but this is where you put your slide. Once again, your slide has to be a PowerPoint, okay? Don't put up a Google link, because what I want you to do is make this an individualized thing. So you can take Google Slides and you can convert it to a PowerPoint file. So upload that. The slide should have your main point that you're talking about, okay, and your reference from those websites in APA format. You can also have a video, 2 minutes or less, 2 minutes or less. So you can embed that video in there too. Basically, it'll be a link, because PowerPoint doesn't care for embedding anymore. At least that's what I've discovered. If you have a different way to do it, that's fine. But make sure that your total time is no more than 5 minutes from the beginning and along with your speaking and the end, including your video. But your video can only be 2 minutes long. So you got to talk for at least 3 minutes if you're going to do a 5-minute thing. I want to hear you talking. Don't just use the video and a slide. I want to hear you talking about it. Okay, so we've got that set up. So the group speech rubric is here. It's fairly simple. All right, you're in your 3 groups, but you are just a portion of that. And you will have to speak for at least 3 minutes, but no more than 5. You can include a video no more than 2 minutes. Remember, you're selling something. So the call to action is buy our product now. So you start with the thesis, give your 2 main points, or your 1 main point to convince the client to say yes. And a conclusion. And I would recommend you, after you speak, then you can play a video if you're planning on doing that. Then give the client a call to action. This is what we want you to do. We want you, and we think this product is just for you, and it's the thing that you need. So unless you have questions, we'd really like for you to purchase this. And here's the contract, sign on the bottom line. You've got to personalize that. You've got to look into the camera and be personal about that. Okay. Try not to, because I can, by the way, I can see you guys if you're reading stuff. Okay. Even though you put it up high, I can watch your eyes go back and forth. It's not like you're sitting out in the audience, or I'm sitting out in the audience of a room. I can't see your eyes moving back and forth. I have different ways I can tell people are reading. And you can read a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that, but I want to make sure you keep looking at the camera after you get done reading. You look into the camera. Okay. So here's your points. Your individual style grade is 1 to 10 points. All right. Now, filler language, eye contact, and everything, I'm going to grade you on that sliding scale from 1 to 10 points. Okay. Along with being able to be familiar with the product and filler language, like and you hear me do quite a bit of it. Okay, so and minus 5 points for any recorded presentation under 3 minutes and over 5. Minus 5 for each reference I don't hear. So there's only 1 reference. You can do 2, but I'm only listening for 1. So remember that. If you don't say your name and your role at the beginning and the end of your presentation, you got to tell us who you are. You got to tell us what you're selling, and you got to tell us what you're doing. Are you technical? Are you public relations, et cetera, et cetera? And don't just be reading it like you're reading it off a slide. Talk to the camera. Hi, my name is Ed. I'm selling the dynamic spike, and I'm here to talk to you about the technical aspects of the dynamic spike. And we think you really need this product, and I'm going to explain why technically this is the right product for you. See, you don't have to read that. I mean, it's a personal thing. If you're doing this going, I think the dynamic spike is the very best product for you because it has technically, you can't, I mean, people can see that, particularly if you're on a camera. You've got to be personable. You can read certain things like this. Remember, your slide must have 2 main points and 1 reference. You can do that, but you can't do uh, your entire presentation that way. That's why I have that 1 to 10 points. That's style. That's that's personability, the way you are talking to somebody. You basically, and then you can even say, do you have any questions? And if you don't have any questions, here's I'm sending you right now the contract, and you can sign it. So be personal about it. We've done this enough and it's simple enough, and I've given you 1 role to do. You don't have to do the entire product, just 1 role. But remember, your thesis is this product is the best product for you right now. And the call to action is to buy us and sign this contract. So those are basically the things that you're trying to get across. Okay. What we're working on right now is how to transfer the recorded video up to Kaltura Media Gallery. So this is Kaltura Media Gallery here. And what you want to do, let's back up here a little bit for you. I had to redo it and make sure that I was doing it correctly. So what you want to do after you upload your Zoom link. All right, that's where we're at here. You want to go to Kaltura once your recording is done. All right, you've uploaded the link to this assignment here, the group speech rubric. Then what you want to do is go to Kaltura Media Gallery. Then you want to come in here and take a look and find your find your video that you just. That's why it's important to title these things so that you can find it when you get to this point. You hit Add Media, and then you will see all of your video here. I'm just going to pick this one. So let's say this is the one, and then you'll want to click on that, and then you will come up here and say Publish. Once you do that, then it might take a minute or two, but it will post it into Kaltura Media Gallery. So let's make sure that it's actually going to do that. Let's cross our fingers and hope. Yep, there it is. So that's the way you once you take your video link and upload it into the assignment, then you need to go and into Kaltura Media Gallery and make sure that that is posted there so everyone can see it for the discussion that's coming up. So let's talk about that. All right, we've done the group speech rubric. I will make sure that I edit down the video previous to this. But let's take a look in discussions. So we'll take a look in discussions, our group speech discussion open forum. All right. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go through and take a look in Kaltura Media Gallery after people that have posted their stuff. And you've got until the 2nd of May to get this done, but take a look at different people's group and make sure that you do group persuasion as your title so that people can find it with your name on it. Okay. And once you find a video and take a look at it, particularly from your team, you can take a look at it, and then you can go back to the discussion forum and you can talk about it. Okay. Now, also too, you need to respond to 2 other people as well. So you need to do 3 things. You need to post something about somebody on your team, on your group, and then you need to also go through 2 others that might not be in your group and take a look at them. So I want you to do those 3 things. And if there aren't enough people, then you need to include that in your discussion, okay? Because I'll be grading to make sure that you get 1 post and then 2 responses, okay? All right, so those are the kind of the rules for the discussion. That's the last thing that I have assigned for you. I do want to really quick go over the Adobe Express assignment because it's something that I'm going to be putting into the fall semester, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to use it in the upcoming summer session as well. One final thing I want to talk about, and that is using Adobe Express. There is one assignment for that. I'm going to bump that up. I think right now it says 5 points, but I'm going to bump that up to 10 points because I really want you guys to give it a try. It says a 3-minute video, but I'll take anything at this point in time. It's an optional, like I said, 10 points. Let me move that up here so I can see what I'm doing here. Let's see if I can get it to move. There we go. So it says 3 minutes, but at least 3 images, okay? No more than 3 minutes. So up to a minute. I'm going to show you one here in a second that I just did that is like 42 seconds worth. But so and also too, if you want to find out how to use it in a little bit better tutorial, this one here is pretty good because it is out of the School for Health Sciences, I believe. Um, it's SP HK200 Computer Technology and Public Health, that from the Bloomington group. And here's how you get to the tutorials. You want to start with this, how to open Adobe Express. Then you've got number 2, that's not in order, figures. But if you go through all of these, you will figure out how to use that. But let's just do it right now on our own. I've got it open. I made something. Let's see if I can get back to it. I wanted to make sure that we knew. Now, what will happen is you will come up into this window, or you'll come into a window that will tell you to sign in. Do not sign in with your personal email, just your university email. So see, mine is efaunce@iu.edu. So when it says sign in with your personal email, password, you don't want an account. You can say that you already have an account, put in the, I believe that's the secondary choice is you can get in to the IU screen where you put your password in and everything, the usual IU login. So that's what you want to do when you get to that point. So what you'll want to do is hit the plus sign. Once you hit the plus sign, you will come up with a window that looks like this, okay? Now, it's going to give you different things you want. You want a video, and then you can decide what templates you want. You can see there's different ones for social videos. You can see there's Instagram posts, etc. I chose this one here, and let's see if I can get to my stuff now and show you how that works. And we'll just go ahead and do it again. All right, so you get here. Now you'll notice down here, this is called a timeline, and this is where you want to put stuff. All right, so you want to do a video, and you can see over here, you've got a search thing to find out what you need if you want to search for particular things. And here is my stuff that I've got. And if you want to upload something for your computer, you can do that there. These are templates right here. They're video templates that are set up in this format. There's text where you want to put in some text. There's all kinds of there's different other media that you can put in. So what I did was I went up here to the search. First, before I did that, I went to Elements. Elements is where you want to go if you want to find photos and things like that. So I wrote spaghetti. All right, so then I got all these different pictures of spaghetti, background. You can put a background in. Elements, you can have icons. It depends on what you want. You can go this way and view all of them if you want. So, and so then, of course, I'm going to say Fazoli's. And I'm going to talk about Fazoli's. So first, let me pick my element. It shows up here, as you can see. And I don't want to lose that. And let me make this a little bit bigger. Oh, get this guy out of the way here. And I'll make this a little bit bigger so you can see. And then I can move this around any way I want to. You can move it this way, this way, this way, wherever you want it. And then if you want text, you can put text here, and you can add text here like this, and just type in, oops, sorry, Fazoli's. Fazoli's spaghetti. Whoop, spaghetti. All right. So then you can move that around with a little plus sign. So you've got that. That'll be your first one. Now, this is a 5-second clip right here, as you can see. And what you want to do is if you want more than 5 seconds, you can go make it longer, and you can see you can take it to 7 seconds. You can take it all the way out to 10 seconds. And then, of course, if you want to add another one, you can put something else here. So we'll go back here to elements here, and we will type in breadsticks. Breadsticks. All right. It'll search for breadsticks. You find the different breadstick picture you want. Here's one that looks pretty good. And you can take that and just shove that over in here, and it will pop up over here in this one. It's a little bit bigger than the actual frame, and it's square, so you got to kind of make it a little bit smaller. And you once again can move it around any way you want. Then you can go back here to text and add some more text. You can say breadsticks. And you can move that around too. Here we go. And then now you can add, more time to this. It depends on how much you want. Right now we're at 18-second clip. So if you want to do both of them at 20 seconds, see you've got pretty close to 20 seconds. Here's 20 seconds there. You can go back. You should be able to go back. See this little thing here? This will take you back to where you want to go. If you want to go backwards, it's the little timeline thing. So you can see this one. You can make this bigger, make it run it up to 20 seconds if you want. About 20 seconds there. All right, so then you can do that, and I'll show you here in a second how to. So we've got two 30-second clips. Let's get up here and let's look for meatballs. Let's see, elements. Go up here, meatballs. All right, so let's find some meatballs we like. Oh, those look good. Let's take those. And we can move them over here. We drop them in. We can size it the way we want. We can move it to where we want. Looks like it's in the right spot anyway. And then we go over here to our text, and we put in meatballs. Yep, see meatballs. Well, hang on, let's just add our text. I'm sorry, let's add text, add it, and put meatballs. You can search for text too, by the way. If there's this particular font you might want, you can do that as well. So here we go, meatballs. All right, and let's pull this out. I'm not going to talk for 3 minutes, but so that you can see here, this is a total of the this particular clip. And let's see, go all the way to the end here. So we've got that. All right, now, so you've got these three things set here. Now, this is what you do you can add audio. So you can add music as well if you want, but all of this require is to record a voiceover. So then or you can upload something from a device, okay? So you record voiceover, you can click that and it will say start recording. When you do that, you'll see it'll count down 3, 2, 1, and then you can start talking. I love Fazoli spaghetti. Fazoli spaghetti is one of my favorite things. I sit and dream about it every day and every night. I think it's one of the most wonderful things in the world. And there's only one thing that's probably better than Fazoli's spaghetti, and that is their breadsticks. They've got breadsticks, and those are delicious. They're nice and soft and warm, and they're buttery, and it's great, and they're unlimited. They give you all kinds of wonderful, wonderful breadsticks. Then there's the meatballs. We all love the meatballs too. So that's what I think about Fazoli's and Fazoli's various foods. Thank you. Goodbye. All right. So now we have finished recording, and we can take a look at that and listen to it. It's enhancing our speech for us. Essentially, we've almost got a minute down here. So you can, like I said, you can readjust all those different slides to whatever you desire. So once it gets done enhancing our speech, we can Start playing.
I love Fazoli spaghetti. Fazoli spaghetti is one of my favorite things. I sit and dream about it every day and every night. I think it's one of the most wonderful things in the world.
Of course you do. All right. So once we get to that point, to to go ahead and get this file to where you need, you hit share. Now, when you hit share, it's going to give you places that you can send groups of people, emails, and stuff like that. What you want to do is this. You want to hit copy link, and it will copy that to your clipboard. This is an online service, and we have the licensing at IU for this. So once you get to where you want to go and you want to upload that, then here's what you'll do. I'm going to view that as student. Okay. And hopefully this is going to work. And I'm going I've already put one in there. I'll put another one in there. And you'll notice that I hit, oh boy, hang on. You notice that I hit enter web URL. Okay, you can put that in as text as well, but the URL is it's just made for it. Okay, all right. So we will paste our thing, and then uh, we should be able to. Let's make sure that we have the right one, and we didn't get adobe.com. It says adobe.com. So if we submit this assignment, I'm going to cross my fingers. The last time it didn't work. So let's see what happens. Hey, okay, you can see the confetti. So right now, this should take us to that video. Let's find out. It's an experiment. All right. All right, there it is. And we can see the video and we can play it.
Fazoli spaghetti.
All right, so and that way it can be shared with everybody. All right, there's other ways to share it. You can share it, the link with anybody that through email or anything else that you want. So that's the basis of this particular assignment. Once again, I'm going to bump it up to 10 points. It doesn't have to be a long video, but you guys kind of get the drift of how to do it. It is an experiment. I know you're busy. Oh, actually, it's 15 points. So you're going to get 15 points if you do it. So think about it. And if it's something that you would be interested in doing, you've got time. Like I said, we have until May the 2nd. I believe this thing is open until May the 2nd as well. I'll make sure it is. Actually, it says May 1st, but I'm going to make it May 2nd. And this is I'm going to run this until the 5th. So I don't have to have grades in for another week after that. So if you have some time, and I know you all probably have finals and everything as well, just think about doing that. All right. That's all I've got to talk to you about today. It's been a really good time working with you folks. I know there's some of you that hopefully that are watching this that might not have been able to get everything caught up. Get a hold of me. And if you're, one thing that I always say is this: I know people run out of time, and there are things that we have done that we've kind of languished on, and some things have been pretty quick. And I know people's time is valuable, but you've got 2 weeks. You've got two choices. Okay, if you have the only thing you're missing is the first persuasive speech. At this point in time, I'll let you I'll just give me a message on Messenger, and I will let you make that up. But then you still have to do this assignment. Now, if you're beyond that, if you missed the second informative, the first informative, the commemorative, etc., you're kind of out of luck at this point. I'm sorry, but I got to have a cutoff somewhere. For those of you that are interested in doing, like I said, the first persuasive and in getting caught up to here, please give me a shout. If you have not if you have not gotten up to the first persuasive, my suggestion is get a hold of me as soon as possible, and I will give you a withdrawal, a W. It's much better than an F, okay? Because what I'm going to do is once we get everything piled up here by the second week of May, I'm going to start putting down zeros, and I can't help it. I got to get those grades in. So you guys have stuck with me. Good on you. I mean, I understand I've run out of time on classes myself and had to withdraw. So there's no shame or nothing against that. I know that we all have busy lives and it's pretty chaotic out there. But I would say if you can't make it up, then get with me, get a W, then you can at least come back and take it again sometime. If you get an F, you've got to get someone, you got to take it again, but then you've got to get pass everything and get an FX. So they X that F out. But anyway, just think about those things. If you have, the only thing you're missing is the first persuasive, the speech just before this one, get a hold of me ASAP. Let's get that done. And then you can get working on this group thing. And if you can't get to that point, then get a hold of me. We'll get you withdrawn. Okay. It's been great working with you guys. I always have a lot of fun doing this. It doesn't matter whether I do it face to face or on camera. So I hope you all have learned a few things and just enjoy the rest of your summer. All right. I'll be waiting to see all of your stuff come in. If you have any trouble getting the stuff in at all, any at all, please get a hold of me as soon as possible. These next 2 weeks are going to be busy for everybody. So, all right. Okay. Talk to you later, everybody. Bye bye.